If everyone could take their seat, please, we'll get started here soon.
In our gathering today, we honor 10 of our most outstanding alumni and recognize the golden anniversary of the class of 1973 and your membership into the Order of the Golden Legion. Out of respect for this tradition, we ask that all cell phones be placed on silent. I now declare this 2023 Alumni Honors Convocation officially open. Please join me in welcoming the President and Chief Transformation Officer of Westminster College, Mr. Donald P. Lofi Jr., class of 1979, to the podium.
Thank you. Please be seated, and thank you, David. On behalf of all of us at the college, I want to welcome you to Westminster's College Alumni Honors Convocation. This morning we gather to recognize the achievements and support of our alumni as well as a few distinguished groups. All of us here today realize Westminster is a very special place. Our students choose this small college because they know it will help them make an impact on the world around them. They come to Westminster College for the knowledge, the character-building experiences, the leadership acumen, and the many significant close relationships that they foster here and well into their professional and personal lives. This weekend, we come together once again to celebrate that common journey. Now, at this time, I would like to recognize a group of alumni who have a very special place in the heart of Westminster College. The Order of the Golden Legion, or as we fondly refer to them, the Old Guard. This group encompasses Westminster alumni who graduated 50 years ago or before. They are the root of our spirit and our history. These graduates stand strong and proudly and carry on the traditions of Westminster College in a very esteemed fashion. Thank you, Old Guard, for your contributions to the college, its past, as well as its future. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Grand Marshal of the Skulls of Seven, William Martin, who will tell you more about and lead this recognition. Will?
Would the class of 1973 please stand? Thank you. In 1939, the Skulls of Seven formally instituted the Order of the Golden Legion to honor the members of the class of 1889. On the 50th anniversary of your class, your alma mater considers it a privilege to honor your membership in the Order of the Golden Legion. Through your lives, you have distinguished yourselves and brought credit to Westminster College. We take pride in recognizing each of you and wish you continued health and happiness in the years ahead. You received your Golden Legion medallion at the reunion banquet last night. We hope that you will wear this medallion anytime you visit campus. Thank you, Old Guard, for your contributions to the college, its past as well as its future. Class of 1973, welcome to the Order of the Golden Legion. You may be seated, and please remember to remain after the ceremony for a group photo. I now invite Mrs. Teresa Taylor, Denai Westminster College's Alumni Council President, to the podium.
Thank you, William, and President Lofi, and congratulations to all the members of the Old Guard. Before we start with our award presentation, we did miss someone during our program yesterday, and we want to make amends for that now and invite David Veach to come up and be recognized individually for a photo. Come on up, David. Thank you for your service to the college, David. We really appreciate that. So we'll now begin our awards presentation. We are fortunate this year to have a robust pool of nominees for our Alumni Awards, which makes the task of selection difficult, but it's a task we take very seriously and with the utmost care on the Alumni Council. I'd like to take a brief moment to say thank you to those who submitted nominations, many of which were from peers or mentors or old friends, and they put a lot of time and attention into incredibly compelling stories. It's remarkable to read through all of them. I also want to thank my fellow Alumni Council members who serve on the awards selection committee. I appreciate what you do. Please join me in a round of applause for them. Our first presentation is the 2023 Remley Award. This award celebrates women who emulate the spirit of Dr. Audrey Remley, the first full-time female professor at Westminster College. Honorees champion the women of Westminster as Dr. Remley did, welcoming the first class of Westminster women in 1979. Dr. Remley recently celebrated her 91st birthday and has officially handed the presentation duties over to the Remley Center Advisor, Dr. Callie Wright-Smith, class of 2004, and the 2019 Remley Award recipient.
Good morning. Each year we look for a woman who has had a positive impact on our campus women and who has championed our women, worked on behalf of their needs, and celebrated their successes. We have previously celebrated alumni in addition to faculty and staff. This year we get to celebrate an alumna who has also made contributions to campus as a staff member. The 2023 recipient of the Remley Award is Corey Miller. Corey is a 2012 graduate of Westminster College. She returned to Westminster in 2018 and works on campus as a business and research analyst. Since spring 2021, she has also served as a co-director of the Remley Women and Gender Center. Corey is someone who cares a great deal about meaningfully contributing to her community. She's previously served on the board of Card V, is part of the Friends of the Callaway County Public Library, and was elected to the board of the Daniel Boone Regional Library System. When she cares about issues and institutions, Corey does not just talk about them, she acts on behalf of them. When I was looking for a co-director of Remley a few years back, I immediately thought of Corey. I knew how much she cared about women on campus and wanted their experience to be one they looked back on fondly and as a time of meaningful growth. As an alum, she has a keen insight into the campus and is passionate about continuing to make the campus the best place it can be for our students. In the past 2 years, Corey has taken many steps to expand the work of Remley on campus. She sees issues from different perspectives, helps us stay organized, helps us think about more effective ways to approach our programming, and is simply a person who is there for us all. She is someone we can depend on and someone who has given so much of herself to Westminster. I believe Dr. Remley would be proud of the work that Corey has done for the women of Westminster and the spirit that she brings to all of her work. I'm pleased to present this year's Remley Award to my friend Corey Miller.
Thank you, Callie. That was very nice and unexpected. Good morning, everybody. I would like to thank, first of all, our wonderful Remley interns and the Alumni Council for this recognition. And I'd also like to take a moment to just express my gratitude to Dr. Audrey Remley. I would also like to thank my co-directors, Mandy and Callie. They're both amazing women who are passionate about the work that we do and committed to the well-being of our students. I'm very fortunate to have them in my life. Thank you to my friends and my family who are a constant source of love and support. Everything I've accomplished wouldn't be possible without such a strong and loving support system. And lastly, I'd like to thank my daughter Hazel. I'm inspired every day by her tenacity, curiosity, and kindness. I'm so proud of her accomplishments and the young woman she is becoming. For her and all of the women in this community, I will continue trying to work to create a more inclusive and equitable world. Thank you.
Our next presentation is the Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award. Established in 2009, this award is bestowed annually upon alumni who demonstrate a continued devotion to Westminster College through contributions of time, talent, and treasure. In 2012, the award was renamed the Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award in honor of Mr. Westminster himself. In his 40-year career at the college, Jack touched generations of alumni as Dean of Students, Dean of Admissions, Alumni Secretary, and even in a couple of stints as interim president. Jack was the living definition of loyalty, and we are honored that his legacy recognizes others for their dedication to the college he loves so dearly. This year's recipient of the Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award is Jim Bennett from St. Louis, Missouri, class of 1992 and member of Beta Theta Pi fraternity. Jim is the founding member of the Dowd Bennett Law Firm, where he serves as lead trial and appellate counsel in high-profile cases. He has received numerous awards for his trial successes and is consistently ranked among the top 50 lawyers in St. Louis. Jim was a Young Alumni Achievement Award honoree exactly 10 years ago and is a member of the Blue Jay Hall of Fame, further demonstrating his commitment to Westminster College. He regularly volunteers in a number of capacities and has been instrumental in the success of a variety of new fundraising initiatives at the college. Jim is a member of a long list of Westminster organizations, from the Westminster Bar Association to the True Blue Society to the Board of Governors of America's National Churchill Museum to the Westminster College Board of Trustees. The entire Bennett family, as a matter of fact, is legendary at Westminster. Jim's father, Bill, is a 1962 graduate and lifetime trustee. His son Andy is a 2020 graduate, and his daughter Lindsay is currently wrapping up her junior year at the college. Going above and beyond is a Bennett trait, as Jim's involvement at Westminster shows. On behalf of the Alumni Council and all of Westminster College, I am so proud to present the 2023 Jack Marshall Alumni Loyalty Award to Jim Bennett.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful honor, especially in recognition of Mr. Marshall, who is a model for all of us. It's very easy to try, at least, to give back to the college. Just looking out there at my parents and my daughter, and my son, of course, went here as well. Just being back here reminds me of what a great influence the school had on me. I saw Dr. Langton make a late arrival, which he wouldn't have accepted in any of his classes, I'm sure. But a lot of what I've tried to do is spurred by people like him and Dr. Collins and other professors who had a profound impact on me. It's great to see my roommate, Ken Winberg, here today, and it's also good to see that the houses still make people get up and come to these things. Anyway, thank you very much. It's a great privilege and honor to accept the Jack Marshall Award.
We will now recognize our Young Alumni Achievement Award honorees. This award was established in 2009 to recognize alumni who have graduated within the past 5 to 15 years and who demonstrate the Westminster mission through outstanding achievement early in their chosen career and/or dedicated leadership and service to their community. This year, 2 outstanding alumni will receive this honor. The first recipient is Gregory Roxon, class of 2012 from Accra, Ghana. Gregory Roxon is a dynamic, driven, compassionate leader who has devoted his life to improving the lives of others. While a Westminster student, Gregory made a huge impact on campus through his compelling research and writing, which was published in USA Today and the Huffington Post. Today, Gregory is the co-founder and CEO of M Pharma, a vendor-managed inventory software and retail pharmacy operator, which he started in his home country of Ghana and now has operations in Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, Zambia, Ethiopia, and Malawi. From his innovative work, Gregory was named in 2019 to Forbes 30 Under 30 and was recognized with the Skoll Award for Social Innovation. This year, he was named to Bloomberg's New Economy Catalyst list and honored by Business Insider with the Young CEO of the Year Africa Award. Westminster is extremely proud to give the 2023 Young Alumni Achievement Award to Gregory Roxon.
Thank you. It feels good to be back. One of my classmates was actually a junior of mine when I was at college, had this interesting saying, Ross. He said, we find happiness in unexpected places. And in fact, coming to Fulton, Missouri was one of the most unexpected places a kid from Ghana could actually ever come to. But I'm glad I did, because I made relationships over here and met people who believed in me, who saw my potential when I did not yet see my own potential, and pushed me to get to where I am today. One of those people is in the room today, Dr. Caroline Perry, who was like my mom whilst on campus. And I'm grateful for the support you gave me throughout my time here. I would like to end by just saying, I'm sure there are a number of young people in this room, that as you look into the future, you may wonder where the destination you want to head to is. But what I've found in my own journey is to actually focus on whether you enjoy the journey that you're taking on. Because if you actually just focus on the destination and you don't enjoy the journey that takes you to that destination, you reach the destination and you realize that you actually don't want to be here. But if you focus on the journey and how the journey makes you feel, even if you don't get to the destination, there are so many memories that you will create that will propel you to even greater heights. So thank you once again, and thanks for the award.
Our second Young Alumni Achievement honoree is Dr. Callie Wright-Smith, class of 2004, and a member of Kappa Alpha Theta Women's Fraternity from Columbia, Missouri. Dr. Wright-Smith is a tenured associate professor of political science at Westminster College, whose research focuses on international law and organizations, human rights policy, and activism. She has presented more than 20 conference papers and published 4 during her short career so far. At Westminster, Dr. Wright-Smith has served as the chair of the Political Science Department, director of the First Year Experience, vice marshal of the college, co-director of the Remley Center, and secretary to Omicron Delta Kappa. She serves as the faculty sponsor for many campus organizations, including the Missouri Delta chapter of Alpha Chi, and she directs the award-winning Model UN program. In addition, Dr. Wright-Smith has been honored with a number of awards, including the Remley Award and the Patricia Liebling Parents Association Faculty Award. Her devotion to Westminster is a family affair. Dr. Wright-Smith's father, brother, sister-in-law, and husband are all Westminster alumni, and they even have a dog named Winston. Westminster is honored to award Dr. Callie Wright-Smith with the 2023 Young Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you all so much. I'm really thrilled to have this honor. I'm especially thrilled to now have a trophy here that says the word young on it. I think that's going to be really helpful evidence to show my daughter and husband that this is fact. Westminster has been my home for a really long time. As you heard, I became the fourth person in my family to come through Westminster, and I'll always be grateful that my brother, sister-in-law, and father brought me here and helped me fall in love with the campus. Westminster has a way of giving you lifelong friends, and I was lucky enough to meet some of mine on move-in day freshman year. In each of the 4 years I was here, I met people who would become permanent fixtures of my life. My friend Jamie Condis drove down today, and I told her I would work her into the speech, so took care of that. Today, when I see a Westminster friend, we fall right back into easy conversation no matter how many years have passed. I believe that the friendships you make here are sprinkled with some magic. When I got my doctorate, I always said that I wanted to work somewhere like Westminster, and that is due to the incomparable investment and dedication of the professors I had. I had amazing teachers and advisors like Judy Shaneman, Kurt Jefferson, John Langton, Butch Lael, Sam Goodfellow. The faculty were and are such a huge part of what made this place so special to me, and I've tried to model my approach to teaching and mentoring on what I learned from them. For the last decade, Westminster has been my home in a different way, but one thing remains the same. What makes it special is the people. My incredible students give me energy and let me be a part of their lives. They are the best part of this job. I always hoped to work in a space that allowed me to build lasting relationships with students like I had when I was here. But I never dreamed that they would allow me to become such a huge part of their lives, that they would share their ambitions, trust me with their worries, and even give me affirmation after a hard week. They are truly special people, and on Alumni Weekend, I get to see what truly special adults they become. And my colleagues are the other half of that story. I met 2 more of my best friends who are basically my life partners at this point, Dr. Heidi Levine and Dr. Cinnamon Brown when I was on faculty. I also get to work with amazing friends from across the campus. I have an amazing political science department, and I've benefited from amazing mentors like Carolyn Perry, Ingrid Alinka, and David Jones, who are the absolute embodiment of passion for helping students. It's a rare position to be an alumna who is also a professor here, and so as a result, I'm frequently kind of given some spotlight. But I'm one of 4 members of my family who have also worked here, and they all have been stars in their respective fields. So I'd like to finish by putting a spotlight on someone else who works tirelessly but behind the scenes, which is my husband, Ryan Smith, class of 2006. If you work at Westminster, Ryan has probably helped you a lot, many times. One of the most common questions I get on campus is, hey Callie, what kind of beer does Ryan drink? I really owe him for all the time that he spent helping me today. Considering how few people have asked me that about myself, I feel that he is clearly more instrumental to this campus than I am. He has given a decade of service to Westminster, has taken on many roles here, is depended on by many, and gives a great deal of himself to make Westminster better. Most impressively, he does so with endless positivity, optimism, a lot of singing, and some pretty bad jokes. He may not get the recognition that I do, but he sets the bar high and makes me be proud to be a part of a Westminster family. Incidentally, he also turns 40 tomorrow, so now I'm excited that he will learn what it's like to be young like me. Thank you so much for this wonderful honor, and to all of the people who have helped to make this place my home. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Gregory and Callie, our young alumni honorees. We will now present our Alumni Achievement Awards. This award is presented annually to alumni whose accomplishments reflect the Westminster mission and who have distinguished themselves through personal achievements, professional success, and have made significant contributions to society. This year, we have 6 outstanding alumni who will receive this distinguished honor. Our first recipient today is Dr. Bill Blank, class of 1964. He's a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and resides in La Crosse, Wisconsin. During his 30-year career in ophthalmology, Dr. Blank was a pioneer in mastering a new intraocular cataract procedure, in mentoring peers, and in educating senior citizens about the procedure. Following a lifelong passion for aviation, Dr. Blank is a pilot instructor, an FAA aviation medical examiner, and the highlight of regional celebrations through the Bill Blank Air Show. He was also inducted into the Wisconsin Aviation Hall of Fame in October 2021. With his wife, Dr. Blank generously endowed the Dr. William and Judy Blank Pre-Med Scholarship at Westminster in 2016, and for that, the college is truly grateful. Westminster is honored to award the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Dr. Bill Blank.
Well, thank you for your kind remarks. Certainly, almost 59 years ago when I walked out of Westminster through the columns, I never imagined anything like this, but I did know that Westminster had had a profound effect on my life, and as I've thought about it over the years, I have realized more and more what a great effect it had on my life. My family was of modest means. My mom and dad both worked, but there wasn't really the money to go to college. Fortunately, Westminster came through, and I had a full tuition scholarship to go to Westminster. When I graduated, I wanted to go to medical school, but I again was in the same financial situation. And fortunately, Dr. Day found for me a full tuition scholarship to the Western Reserve University Medical School in Cleveland, Ohio. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Full tuition scholarships to medical schools were rare back then, and they're rare now, so I was really fortunate for that. One unexpected thing came out of going to Westminster. I had to take a foreign language. I picked one out of the hat, French. And just because of the encouragement of my professors, I took 4 years, became fluent in it, and it's added to my enjoyment in life. And I still have friends in France that, thanks to the internet, it's easy to communicate with. Since Father Time is sort of receiving this award today, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about something that happened back on the campus a long time ago. President Truman was on the board of directors at Westminster when I was here. He was also our commencement speaker. From time to time, he would come to campus, and I don't know how this came about, but somehow I and several other students were picked to have dinner with the ex-president of the United States. That happened twice. And one other thing that happened is somewhere along the line, I got the word, meet President Truman over there, I can't remember where it was, walk him across the campus and take him somewhere else and somebody will meet him there. So amazingly, I walked halfway across the campus with the ex-president of the United States. And back then, there were no guys running around with earphones and blue blazers, helicopters flying over, snipers in the belfry of the church. Truly an amazing experience and something I would never expected. Our scholarship, I realized how fortunate I was to be able to go to Westminster, and Judy and I established that scholarship with the idea that hopefully other students would be able to benefit as we had done. I'm humble, I'm honored, I appreciate the award. Thank you very much.
The next recipient of the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award is Heather Wakefield Fisher, class of 1991 from West Plains, Missouri. Heather has spent more than 20 years writing grants for communities in Missouri and beyond. During her time as Director of Economic Development for Thayer and Oregon, she wrote and funded over $2 million in economic development grants. Heather ran her own grant writing firm for a decade and then closed the business to help establish the Ozark Small Business Incubator, where she currently oversees business development programs, a mentor network, facilities, fundraising efforts, and outreach. Heather attended Westminster in the footsteps of her older sister, Renee Wakefield Price, and began dating her husband, Chris Fisher, at this very Alumni Award ceremony in 1992. Incidentally, Heather is the third Fisher to receive this award. Her grandfather-in-law, William Frederick Fisher, and his father, G. Chrysler Fisher, were also Alumni Achievement Award honorees. Westminster College is very pleased to award the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Heather Fisher.
Well, I'm honored and humbled to receive this award, and I'm tempted to start with a story of my off-campus house senior year, which a few girlfriends and I rented, and we called the House of Female Empowerment, but Dr. Jones called it the House of Sin, and it was wrongfully raided by the Fulton police. So that's another story, so if you want to know the rest of the story, come visit with me later. But again, I'm honored to receive this. Westminster really laid the foundation for what I've done in my life. And I think it was more than the academic rigor of the campus. It went beyond that to the professors who taught us and really how they invested in us as individuals. They really took time to form a relationship with us, and that fostered a sense of community that on the campus that I think is really unique to a small university like Westminster College. Some of my fondest memories at Westminster were the hours spent outside the classroom with Dr. Kenneth Muse, who was my professor of sociology, and the hours we spent going over my thesis, or with beloved Dr. Wilkerson in his office, where every discussion about a novel became like a religious experience. And then there was those times outside of the classroom where, you know, the professors really encouraged us to be civically engaged. I remember linking arms with Dr. Langton when we protested Reaganomics, when Ronald Reagan came on campus, and you know, we were encouraged to find our voice. There were the times that we went to on a Habitat for Humanity trip to Mississippi with Dr. Young, and I thought it was so cool that, you know, we were buying beer for Dr. Young. But it was a great experience. And then of course there was the semester-long experience that really helped us look beyond ourselves and explore another community in the Urban Studies semester-long program in Chicago, which I think Dr. Muse helped fund. All those experiences were provided by the professors. Again, they invested in us. They poured themselves into us. They prodded us. And they also encouraged us to share and to engage with others. And that community engagement has really been the bedrock of what I've done professionally, whether it's in the Peace Corps in Thailand, investing time in my students, teaching them English, providing mosquito nets and health issues for students and Hill Tribe people in rural Thailand, to where I'm at now at the Ozark Small Business Incubator, where every day I get to invest in entrepreneurs, helping them start or scale a business, and really help grow a regional economy in a really small town in West Plains, Missouri. And so I appreciate the Alumni Association for recognizing the work that I've done. It's not glamorous, but it's brought me a lot of pleasure. I love what I do, and it's all about paying forward that Westminster experience that the professors invested in us, and now we invest in others to bring about social change wherever we find ourselves. And that's what I would encourage the young people here to really focus on. How can you make a difference? And again, follow your passion. I want to thank not only the Alumni Council, but my family and friends that have come here today. I want to thank my sister Renee Price for her intellectual curiosity. I have always admired that and aspired to that. I want to thank some of my board members from the incubator who have joined us today, John and Joanna Perkins. And of course, I want to thank my husband, Chris Fisher, whose encouragement, love, and support has really helped me achieve more than I thought possible. So thank you all. I'm very honored.
The Honorable Jody Jane is our next 2023 Alumni Achievement Award honoree. Jody is from the class of 1999, is a member of Kappa Kappa Gamma, and resides in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jody Jane attended the University of Oklahoma College of Law, where she received American Jurisprudence Awards for legal writing, graduated Order of the Coif, and served as editor-in-chief of the Oklahoma Law Review. Jody began her career in private practice and received the Outstanding Young Lawyer and Golden Rule Professionalism Awards from the Tulsa County Bar Association. She spent more than a dozen years serving as federal career law clerk with U.S. District Judge Terrence Kern before her appointment as a United States Magistrate Judge for the District Court of the Northern District of Oklahoma. Jody met her husband, Andrew, at Westminster, and they have been married more than 20 years. Together, they have 2 teens, Evelyn and Ben. Westminster is proud to award the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Judge Jody Jane.
Okay, great. Go over here.
Thank you so much to the Alumni Council for this award. I could share multiple stories about how Westminster College impacted my life, but I'm just going to share one quick one with you that I think really illustrates how Westminster professors specifically impacted my career path and shaped who I am today. I was meeting with my English senior thesis advisor, one of them, who was Professor Chuck Lewis, during my senior year. We were going over some notes on a draft that I had written, which we did many times that year, and somehow we started talking about my future and my next steps for my career. At that point, I was planning to become an English professor, like my mentors. And at some point during this meeting, Chuck, which is what he had him call us, Chuck asked, "Hey, have you ever considered law school or taking the LSAT?" And although at this point it seems unfathomable to me that I had not considered that, I truly hadn't. I did not know any lawyers. I had a pretty negative impression of lawyers, unfortunately, and I certainly did not see myself as one or as taking that path. But Chuck chose his words carefully and in a way where he was not crushing other dreams necessarily, but just opening my mind to a different possibility for me. He likely sensed that I thought I didn't need any advice, which was, of course, true at the time because I thought I knew everything, at that point as a college student. But he said something like, I've noticed on campus that you are a leader and that you love to be in the spotlight and be a public speaker, and combined with your writing skills, I think you might make a terrific lawyer. And at that point, an idea sparked. And that was just one comment that really changed the trajectory of my life and my career. And that's what positive mentoring does. And that's what Westminster College is all about. That's the type of positive mentoring I received every day on this campus. So after that comment, a few weeks later, and before it was too late, I did take the LSAT, and the rest for me is history. Because of that comment by a professor who really knew me, I was able to find my true calling as an attorney, and now I have the great privilege of serving as a judge in my community. And it's just a kind of funny aside to this story. I had begged a ride to Columbia for the LSAT because, of course, I was nervous and I didn't want to drive. So I had asked a classmate for a ride, and someone else tagging along on that ride happened to be Andrew. And so we started dating a few months later, and we've now been married over 20 years. For me, this is a great Westminster story because Professor Lewis was not just my professor. He knew me, including my strengths and weaknesses. He saw another possibility for me, and he cared enough to share it, and I'm forever grateful for that mentorship. I'm also grateful for other professors, Carolyn Perry, who I believe is here today, who improved my writing skills beyond measure, and who was a tremendous support both academically and emotionally for me while I was here on this campus, as I know she has been for many other students over the years. I'm also grateful for Keith Hardiman, who worked very hard to get me to try to slow down in my speeches as my speech teacher, and so many other professors and friends who shaped who I am today. I'm grateful for Westminster College, where I know now that I received an absolute top-tier education and had a top-tier college experience. I had endless opportunities to lead, to grow, to fail, and to do all of those things in a place where people truly knew me and where people were truly looking out for me. And I felt that and I experienced that on this campus. Before I close, I also want to thank my mom, who is here with me today. She will always be the first and most important English teacher in my life. Thank you for coming with me today, Mom, and thank you so much to the Alumni Council for this great honor.
Our fourth recipient of the Alumni Achievement Award is Darren Kay, class of 1991 and a member of Kappa Alpha Order Fraternity from Carmel, Indiana. Specializing in the insurance industry, Darren has had a more than 30-year career with Ernst & Young. He currently serves as an assurance partner in their financial services office and is a frequent speaker on insurance industry topics. For decades, Darren has been a devoted leader with the Kappa Alpha Order, both locally and nationally, serving in a variety of capacities, including 40th Knight Commander, holding the rank for 2 terms. Darren joined the Westminster Board of Trustees this year and previously served the college faithfully on the Alumni Council, the Kansas City Area Regional Alumni Group, and in the 1851 Challenge. Darren and his wife, Karen, have been married for 31 years and have 2 sons, Alan and Mason. Westminster College is truly honored to give the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Darren Kay.
Thank you very much. I certainly enjoyed my time on the Alumni Council and know how meaningful it is relative to these awards. Fortunately for me, my Westminster experience has included friendships with several others who have received this recognition, and I'm honored and humbled to join their ranks. God has blessed me well beyond what a kid from Sarah, Oklahoma ought to expect, And one of those blessings was that my mom and my grandparents, Bud and Virginia McLean, paid for me to come to Westminster. The education and life experiences I had here, along with the friends, brothers, and mentors I gained, have been invaluable. Westminster is a small school, but it definitely had a big impact on my life. I think we all know that one of Westminster's greatest assets is its alumni. And during my undergraduate years, I benefited and learned from the selfless servant leadership of several of those individuals, including Dr. Parkins, Al Jenkins, Jim Schmuck, Carl Traunecht, Blake Craighead, Tom Christensen, and many others. As a result of a summer internship with a Westminster alum, David Neihart, I chose to start my career in accounting. And then another Westminster alum, Doug Tapp, hired me into EY. Thanks to the incredible people and clients that I've had the opportunity to work with over these 30-plus years, it looks like EY is going to be a great place to end my career as well. Another Westminster alum, John Rooney, recruited and recommended me for my first national volunteer position within Kappa Alpha Order. And I could never sufficiently thank him for everything that I gained as a result of that one phone call. Westminster provides an incredible fraternity and sorority experience for its undergraduate men and women. And that experience is as necessary and impactful for today's college students as it has ever been. During my term as KA's 40th Night Commander, I challenged our brothers each and every day to approach that day living our values, leading with excellence, knowing that if we continuously improved our academics, our leadership training, and our philanthropy, then the rest of the Greek community would be forced to improve theirs as well. I am proud of the success that KA experienced during my tenure, the focus on our values, what was then our largest undergraduate membership and highest GPA, and the efforts we undertook with Donate Life and to expand our Operation Care relationship with the Independence Fund across KA. On an inception-to-date basis, those efforts have raised more than $1 million to provide track chairs to wounded U.S. veterans, including our first one here at Westminster this past fall. Again, thank you for this award. Thank you to Karen, Alan, and Mason for all the love and support that they've provided to me throughout all of those efforts and endeavors. I believe my greatest achievement in life is the incredible Christian young men that Karen and I have raised in Alan and Mason. Again, thank you to the Alumni Council, and may God continue to bless each of you, Westminster College, and our great country. Thank you.
The next recipient is Carrie Rogers Prysuck from Dallas, Texas, class of 2000, and a member of Kappa Kappa Gamma. Carrie has been a dedicated public servant for more than 20 years with experience in advocacy, relationship building, legislative affairs, crisis communication, strategic planning, project management, and public speaking. Carrie began her career with the Dallas Chamber of Commerce and continued her work with the North Texas Tollway Authority, serving as the Government Relations Director for more than a decade. For the past 5 years, Carrie has become a valued leader with the City of Dallas. Her successful leadership through numerous social injustice issues, inaugurations, and city retreats has earned her the honorary title of Council Mom. Carrie transitioned to her current role as Director of Government Affairs for the City of Dallas last year. Westminster College is honored to award the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Carrie.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the Alumni Council. And I also want to congratulate the other recipients today, including my sorority sister, Jody. I, too, have an unfavorable opinion of attorneys as a lobbyist. There are a couple of people I want to thank for my time at Westminster. The first is Mrs. Kay Fink in the bursar's office, who always had grace for me when I was late with my tuition. I made my very last tuition payment when I was pregnant with Scout, who's sitting out in the audience today. And so just really appreciated her kindness. I also want to thank my mom, who passed away a few years ago and was my rock and really believed in me. As the first person in my family to go to college, it was a really big deal to her. And I felt that weight the entire time that I was here and through when she passed away in 2019. The last person that I wanted to thank is Professor Zaid, Wayne Zaid, who I hope is here. I have no idea if he's here. When I was at Westminster, I felt really small and unseen until I took one of Professor Zaid's classes. And he was so supportive of me at a time when I really struggled. And I hear a lot of people talk about how great their time was at Westminster. And it was a really hard time for me. But whenever I visited with Professor Zaid, when I was in his classes, I did an independent study with him. He was someone who showed me that I had value, not only at Westminster, but that I also had value to offer this world. And I think when I came to Westminster and when I was leaving there, I wanted to be a writer. I was getting my degree in English. I got my degree in English, and I had more than a handful of people ask me what I was going to do with an English degree. And I'll tell you, you can be a lobbyist, which is what I ended up becoming, but ultimately moved into public service. And it has been an extremely meaningful career to me. And I take that back to being raised by my mom, Ruth Stanford Rogers, the strongest person I know, but also in Professor Zaid, who helped me get through those 4 years here at Westminster and saw in me something that I didn't see in myself. So thank you very much again to the Alumni Council. I want to thank my husband for being here today, who is perfection, and my two boys, Sam and Scout.
The final recipient of the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award is Randy Yeager, class of 1970, a member of Phi Delta Theta fraternity from Venice, Florida. Randy has been a leader in the title insurance business for nearly 4 decades. He joined the Old Republic Title Insurance Group in the late 1980s and quickly rose through the ranks, serving as president and CEO. Currently, he is the executive chair responsible for the group's multiple operations and subsidiaries across the U.S. Randy has appeared before Congress as an industry expert, served the industry as president of the American Land Title Association, and received a significant recognition for his distinguished service and leadership. Randy credits Westminster with giving him strong interpersonal relationship skills, which taught him lifelong lessons in how to relate to others. During his time at Westminster, Randy met his wife when she was attending Stevens College in Columbia. They've been married for 51 years. Westminster is truly honored to award the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award to Randy Yeager.
First of all, I want to thank Marissa because I left her alone with Pody Yanis yesterday, and I was pretty sure by the time I got up here I was going to need defense counsel. So Pody probably want to tell a couple of stories, but it's really an honor for all of us up here and really for all of you to be here and be able to relate our experiences to everyone. We're amongst a bunch of special people, and this makes you feel really special to be one of us. And I just have to say that everybody that I've known that went to Westminster has distinguished themselves. So You know, standing up here and receiving an award like this for all of us that are on stage today is just incredible. Before I left to go to college, my father, who was very short on fatherly advice, said to me, he said, son, says, you're going to have the most fun you've ever had in your life, but you're going to work harder than you ever have. I can vouch for a couple of those things. Yes, I had fun, and I got to just take a small aside here because I know Brian Yanis wanted to tell this story so bad. When I was on campus, I earned the name Mr. Torture. Brian knows what that means, and I want to clear the air so if you've heard this story that you hear it from the horse's mouth. But Tim Corbett and I had gone to Texas and then to Mexico on a spring break, and we came back with a gallon tin of jalapenos. Got them back here, and Brian had the great idea of having, I actually liked jalapenos, and he had a great idea because nobody else back then would even eat a jalapeno. He says, why don't you eat it? I'll bill you as Mr. Torture, and we'll charge $1 admission for everybody that watches you eat one of the things as you writhe in pain from the jalapenos. And we did, and we actually made some money. Brian's a wonderful carnival barker, and you know, he did a great job along with everything else. Right now, as far as the fun's concerned, and my wife is in the audience along with two of my very best friends, Tim and Brian and Wendy, could you just stand up and be recognized? Because I need to thank people that are responsible for me being able to be here. And then stay standing for 1 second, and could I ask the Fidels that are in the audience to stand up, be recognized? These are my brothers. I love them all. Even ones back there I may not even have met. You're great. Now you got to sit down because I've only got a minute left. So I checked the fun box. How about the work box that my dad told me about? It's like anything else in life, whatever you put into it, you get out of it. And everybody I knew that went to school here put a lot in and has gotten a lot out. The lessons I think that all of us have learned are not only learned in the classrooms, but are learned in the fraternity house and events that were sponsored by Westminster, by our professors, by everybody that influenced our lives while we were here at Westminster. It was a remarkable journey for all of us. And I just want to thank the staff, the students, the faculty, everybody involved in the process that makes you Westminster deserves credit for everything they do and should get awards every single year. And with that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. God bless you, and thank you for giving me this award. I'm very, very proud. Thank you.
Now will all the recipients of the 2023 Alumni Awards please stand so that we may recognize you as a group. Your accomplishments Your accomplishments are many and varied, and your fellow alumni are indeed proud of you. On behalf of the Alumni Council President Marissa, myself as Vice President, Alumni Awards Chair Caroline Ayers, and on behalf of the Westminster Alumni Council and the entire alumni community, thank you for your presence here today, and congratulations. Your alma mater is incredibly proud of you all. I now invite President Lofi back to the podium.
Again, my congratulations to all of you as well. Well deserved, and thank you for your kind remarks to our alumni. Now, I'd also like to invite all past Alumni Award recipients who are present here this morning to please stand. This group of Westminster alumni is living the Westminster mission, standing as authentic leaders in a wide variety of ways, as unique as you are as individuals, making an impact in this world around you, both personally and professionally. Again, thank you for being here this morning. In closing, again, I'd like to congratulate the class of 1973 and all the award winners one final time. All award recipients, presenters, and families, please return to the front of the auditorium again for pictures after this ceremony. Now I would like to ask our Westminster students and Churchill singers, Caitlin, Shelby, and Mika, to come forward to lead us in the Alma Mater, accompanied by Dr. Natasha Sexton on the piano. Please stand and join us in the first verse of the chorus of the Alma Mater that you will find printed on the back of the program. Thank you, folks. And now I will turn the podium back to Dr. David Jones.
Congratulations again to all of our award winners and to the members of the Order of the Golden Legion. And I would just go off script for a second here. And as the senior member of the faculty, I just want to say what a privilege it is to be a professor here and to be able to teach students like all of you. It really is an amazing privilege, and congratulations again on all of your awards. Please remain standing during the recessional and join us in the lobby for light refreshments and for the Alumni Weekend Luncheon following today's ceremony. I would like to ask the award winners again to remain to come back to the front here after we recess for some additional pictures. I now declare the 2023 Alumni Awards Convocation closed.